Hello, relationship dreamers. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is about the chaos of two fearful avoidants getting together. Beck's song featured in the movie says, "Change your heart, look around you. Change your heart, it will astound you. I need your lovin' like the sunshine. Everybody's gotta learn sometime." Thais Gibson writes in her book Attachment Theory that two fearful avoidants can create immense passion and immense chaos. The desire for strong emotional connection drives them together at warp speed, but both bring unprocessed baggage with them. Both are very easily triggered. Spoiler alert. In the first scenes, Joel and Clementine are meeting each other for the first time, the second time around. They have both undergone the deletion procedure and do not remember each other. When Joel thinks, "Why do I fall in love with every woman I see who shows me the least bit of attention?" It is a James Blunt level anxious thought. In the train car scene, Clementine approaches Joel and starts trying to get his attention. Joel apologizes for breathing, but then gives in to her advances, seemingly violating his own boundaries to do so. His less than warm reaction to her obviously triggers her, but they both crave closeness. The struggle and yearning for vulnerability is especially strong here, because I think they can both detect the residue from their previous entanglement. The cliché of the moth and the flame almost applies here. Clementine and Joel are two moths that mistook each other for flames. The intense infatuation is just as intense as the despair when one feels the other withdrawing, even if the withdrawal is perceived. Fearful avoidants have the superpower of hypervigilance. They notice everything and are very susceptible to pattern changes. There is a mix of other factors here, the interplay of introverts and extroverts, as well as the lack of fair fighting. It is a common misconception that extroverts think introverts do not like them, and that introverts think extroverts do not like them. Joel really seems introverted. He resists initiating conversation even after falling in love with someone for giving him attention. Anytime he is confronted about something he says, he retracts as a turtle into its shell. This also gives him an emotionally unavailable quality. Having both dismissive and anxious qualities really leads me to think he is a fearful avoidant. Fair fighting is essential to healthy relationships. Disagreements are normal, healthy, and inevitable. It is important to disagree in the correct way. Do not call your partner outside of their name, even in a heated moment. It is important to discuss one topic at a time. Try not to dredge up every grievance that ever happened. I personally need a night to gather my thoughts, and it helps me if I text my thoughts. My partner reads the texts and waits to talk to me face to face. Allowing space to process feelings the way that works within your relationship is useful. Take turns and choose not to yell. Fighting fair can be the difference between a fling and a long-term relationship. I was reading a character analysis on Schmoop about Clementine. Nathan Rabin describes the term manic pixie dream girl as that bubbly, shallow, cinematic creature that exists solely in the fevered imaginations of sensitive writer-directors to teach broodingly soulful young men to embrace life and its infinite mysteries and adventures. Clementine does ostensibly match this misogynistic plot device. However, the majority of the movie takes place in Joel's mind as the procedure occurs. Clementine says on two separate instances, "Too many guys think I'm a concept, or I complete them, or I'm going to make them alive." But I'm just a screwed up girl who's looking for my own peace of mind. Don't assign me yours. It has been suggested that perhaps Clementine had a touch of some disorder, such as bipolar or borderline. But a lot of the whiplash I remember feeling watching Kate Winslet's performance had to do with the unprecedented gaslighting the Hobbit was committing against her, and the intentional brain damage she had just undergone. I do not think it fair to dig any deeper without more of the corporeal character being on camera. The recipe for a fearful avoidant is a combination of the anxious, preoccupied, and the dismissive avoidant. Children that become fearfuls are often ignored for long periods of time, such as when young Joel was under the table, but are also occasionally given their emotional needs. Often there may be an element of violence or sexual abuse in their history. This is not addressed in the movie, but it is way more pervasive in our society than I care to discuss. It may feel as if they need each other's love like the sunshine, but this intense connection becomes a double-edged sword. As the relationship deepens, their insecurities and past traumas rear their ugly heads. The lyrics speak to the longing for love and connection, the desperate need for the warmth and security it represents, symbolized by the life-giving energy of the sun. The lyrics hint at the internal struggle fearful avoidants face, the desire to change their heart and open themselves up to love, while simultaneously fearing the potential pain and disappointment that comes with emotional exposure. This chaotic dance often manifests as a cycle of approaching and avoiding, creating a turbulent and unpredictable relationship dynamic. Learning is the answer. The more we catch ourselves in our feelings and dissect the reasons for their feelings, the more we have the opportunity to deprogram our nervous system's responses to vulnerability. Understanding and managing our attachment styles is a fundamental part of the human experience. For fearful avoidants, this journey often involves confronting past wounds, challenging deeply ingrained beliefs about love and intimacy, and learning to trust themselves and their partners. Everybody's got to subscribe sometimes. I need your likes like the sunshine. Please share.